Good day, everyone. This is Vincent Tan speaking. This time, I'm going to talk about mini split, including single zone and multi-zone the controllers. Meanwhile, I also provide the corresponding video linkages at the below description area just for your reference. This sharing device into these 6 parts. I also provide the corrected subtitle. Don't forget to turn it on if you need. Central controller. This slide displays the wiring between the central controller and the mini split, including single zone and multi-zone. First of all, you can just count the indoor unit for the max connection. For this central controller, max it can support up to 36 indoor units, no matter it is single zone or multi-zone. Actually, we just combine or we just control this wider controller. And you need to connect this wired controller to the indoor unit, which is to the PCB core menu socket. After that, we need to combine the output from this wired controller. Actually, output is already the motor bus with RS485 connection. We just need to series connect it with each other. Then connect to the A3, B3 port of the central controller. And of course, if this wired controller locates at the last one, then you need to follow this instruction to turn on the built-in resistor by adjust this switch. If it locates at the middle, no need to do that. And also here, we recommend to do the wiring to a match resistor, which is 120 ohm. Then you can use this central controller to group control all the connected indoor units, which is all the wired controller. And this table is the relevant wired controller and the components you may use. I already put the part code here just for your reference. Meanwhile, once this central controller receives the fire alarm signal, then it will stop all the online indoor units operating. This slide is the detailed wiring between the central controller and the split, including single zone and multi-zone, and you match also together with the VRF. So let's focus on the VRF first. And here is the central controller. This is the detailed wiring. Here is for the power supply. For the VRF, we need to focus on each system, the master outdoor unit. Then we need to combine the G1, G2 together, series connected, then connect to this G1, G2 port of the central controller. Makes this central controller support to control 16 systems or 255 indoor units. As for the split part, for the multi-zone and the single zone, we need to rely on the wired controller, which is after connect the wired controller to the indoor unit, then the output already become the motor bus with 485 wiring, then also series connected each other. Then connect to the A3, B3 port of the central controller, this one. And then you can use this to control both VRF or this part. Max for this part we support up to 36 indoor units. And F1, F2 here is for the fire alarm or the dry contact signal. Once it receives the short circuit, then we will shut down all the online G1, G2 or A3, B3 port. Last but not least, don't forget to match the or to do the wire to the match resistors.
This slide displays the detailed wiring between the wired controller to the indoor unit. First, let's focus on the left side. It is the wired controller, the socket, either for these four models of these three models, there are three sockets. The 4-pin socket is for the connection between the wired controller to the in-dock unit. Then you need to connect this cable. It is standard with this wired controller to the corresponding in-dock unit. If it is wall mounted, you need to connect here. And if it is console type, connect here, select the socket. And if it is cassette type, duct type, or floor ceiling type, connect here. Basically, you just need to connect to the COM menu, this port. This is to control the in-dock unit. As for this number 1, 2-pin sockets, it is the Modbus protocol with RS485, either it is in or out. Here I just recommend this wire. Here is the part code. You can find it. This pin is perfect for this socket, so no need to worry about it. As for the other end, it's already peeled out. It's convenient for you to do the wirings. After wiring, you still need to do the setting on the wired controller to finish the setting. First is for the SK76. For this one, just follow these steps. You need to enter this page, which is here. First is to select the communication protocol, and then you need to select the address. For the first one, you need to select the remote monitoring, this one, and then to select the address. Just ensure the address they are shared in the same bus, which means for different wired controller, you need to ensure this address is different. And here for the central control address for this protocol, it is obsolete. It is only for our C52 central controller. And after that, just at the back of this wired controller, if this one locates at the last, don't forget to turn on the built-in resistor to change this one to turn on the built-in resistor to ensure the communication. If the wire controller is SK19 or XE71, here is the steps you need to follow to change the address. Just change this value for different wire controller. Besides, if this wire controller located in the series connected at the last, also don't forget to activate the built-in resistor. And this one is just at the back of the wire controller. Here is the this switch. What you need to do is just to change the first dip, if it is at the last, from off side to the on side. And also here is how to do the wiring. Also this one connect to the in-dock unit, and this is the RS485 in or out. As for this 4-wire controller, here is the password you need to follow to change the address. Just the address is okay. And also here is the inside PCB. This is the built-in Wi-Fi module, right? And here is the dip switch, also to turn on the built-in resistor if this wire controller locates at the last. This is to ensure the communication. Just remember this is okay.
Central controller can detect all the online in-dock units either from G1, G2 of the VRF or from IC33 from the split system. We will detect all of them automatically, and this page is just show you this situation. When you select the specified in-dock unit, here is the control interface. You can adjust the set point, on-off mode, and also the fan speed, etc. Meanwhile, in the advanced, we also provide the shoe setting or the block setting from the wired controller, which is not allowed to adjust the setting from the wired controller. We offer you this file, which is to show all the setting, show on off, show to adjust the mode, or show to change the set point, or show to apply the save function. That's all for this sharing. If you still have any other question or any other suggestion, feel free to send me to my email address. Meanwhile, you can also scan this QR code to access the sharing. Hasta la próxima. それではまた今度。